At Hunter's Friend, we install an insert and fill tip in every single custom arrow that leaves here with a Ready to Hunt compound bow package. And when you hear that, it's pretty easy to jump to the obvious. Well, they do that because they kind of have to, because you can't shoot an arrow without a fill tip. And you are 100% right. You cannot shoot an arrow without an insert or a fill tip. It is a terrible idea. But there's actually more to it than that, and I actually wanted to dive in on that a little bit. Just in case you don't know, an insert is basically a housing for the threads that you will later install your tip and broadhead into at some point. So once you cut your arrow, you will install the insert into the tip of that arrow, and then that allows you to install a tip or a broadhead at some point when you're ready. Okay, so the inserts are crucial. But when it comes to fill tips, there's actually a lot more to them. There's a lot that, by us installing them, it allows us to do that you might not think of. First of all, we get to pick the size and diameter and weight of your fill tip, and that's actually really crucial to the performance of the end product, your Ready to Hunt compound bow package. By us picking the exact weight of fill tip and diameter of fill tip that needs to go with that arrow for that setup to the specs that you provided us, it allows us to pretty well control how well that arrow will fly, and it allows us to work out the kinetic energy we want and the speeds we want. It gives us a lot of control over that, and that's actually really important. And with that said, it also acts as a way of letting us double check to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the final installed insert after we're done with it. So if we install the insert but not the tip, there's a chance for a couple of things to go wrong there, and I'll explain. Both the tip and the insert has threads. So if there's something wrong with the insert's threads and we don't install a tip to find out, then we'll send an arrow out here not knowing that the threads inside the insert won't accommodate a tip for whatever reason. They may be machined funny or some other reason. Another really common thing that pops up that'll stop a tip from being able to thread in is, if you notice, every insert on the market ever, no matter what type they are, they have holes in the bottom of them. That's just the way they're machined. It helps cut down on weight and things like that. But when you go to install an insert, you actually put glue all over them and then put them inside the arrow. So it is entirely possible, and it can happen often if you ain't watching, but glue can get up inside of that hole and get into the threads of the inserts, and when it dries, you will not be able to install a tip. And if you don't catch that, then you've effectively sent out an insert that don't work and an arrow that will never be able to take a tip without some serious cleaning. So we install the tips to make sure that the threads are clean, that there's nothing wrong. We actually also put a little bit of wax on the the threads of every tip that we install, and that wax will not hurt the insert at all. It actually helps keep them clean. But once you get it installed, that wax helps keep the tip of the arrow itself from rattling loose. If you don't have that there, it can bounce and rattle, especially during transit or when you're traveling and it's in your bow case, it bounces around like that. That wax pretty well eliminates that. So yeah, there you have it. Even though it seems like a pretty obvious reason why we install tips, and for the most part, yeah, it's true. We install them. Just, they need to be there. You can't really shoot arrows without them. But at the same time, there's a lot more to it. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's actually kind of interesting, I think. But we install tips because it actually helps give us a lot more power over the end result of the final product. So appreciate you watching.